We are approaching the end of this fantastic hearing. Let me just say how much we all appreciate this. Each of you have opened our eyes and our minds to much of what we were only dimly aware when it comes to this issue of making sure that we have electric vehicles for everyone, especially in our rural communities, which have, for so many situations, been unfortunately left behind. We will not, we must not, and we cannot do with them the way we've been doing in bringing rural broadband. But thank God we've got about $68 billion on the way to finally get rural broadband. Thank you. But before I give my closing statements, I'd like to recognize our ranking member for any comments he'd like to make.
Well, thank you very much, Chairman. Thank you to you for this hearing. I look forward to lots more hearings. We will, on our side of the aisle, we will clear our schedule for hearings. We really, as you heard a little bit of frustration seep through because of the supply chain issues, the agriculture issues, the oversight on the Farm Bill, and so I appreciate today. But we really got to put our shoulder to the plow. We'll describe it that way, and get to work on really ag-centric issues. This is related. I appreciate the nature of this, looking at the impact on rural America, the impact on agriculture. I want to thank our witnesses. I thought we got a great witnesses, very balanced and great experience that they brought to the task. And thanks to our members, because participation was excellent, and that's always important, right? We need our farm team to show up, and they did today. This really was, in the end, a climate-driven discussion, because it's a climate-driven issue, and we all know that our goal should be that in everything that we do, we work to decrease CO2 emissions. There's no industry that does that better anywhere in the world, certainly anywhere in this nation, than agriculture. The U.S. farmer is a climate champion. Climate hero, our U.S. farmers and ranchers and foresters. And but we know that we can't have a healthier climate or a healthier environment without a healthier economy. It's counterintuitive. Doesn't work. You compromise one for the other, it's going to fail. And I think this electric vehicle, unilateral electric vehicle push, not to impose electric vehicles, but doing that at the cost of everything else, it compromises that principle. Today we heard a balanced discussion on the topic of electric vehicles. Lots of questions have been raised, and I think these questions and the information that was shared should instruct the federal government proceeding with any additional investments with electric vehicles. I think the American people deserve to have answers to the questions that were raised here by some of our witnesses and certainly some of our members. Now, I'm pleased with the information that was shed on the role of agriculture and specifically renewable fuels in making America the world leader in reducing greenhouse gases. I thought that was nicely showcased and highlighted today, and that's a story we need to keep telling and brag about. Top-down Washington dictates to consumers is a flawed strategy. Science and technology innovation is critical to addressing the challenges, I think all the challenges that our nation is facing. Today we're in the context of transportation, but we also know that science, technology, and innovation is critical for agriculture. It's because of science, technology, and innovation that America is leading the world in the reduction of greenhouse gases. So I do think in the end on this issue of electric vehicles, government can do what government will do, but consumers will be the deciding factor. They're going to make the decisions in the end. So thanks again for the hearing, and I yield back.
Thank you so much, and I want to thank you, Ranking Member, for our bipartisanship work that we have done together. We have moved to make sure that we've got rural broadband now moving to finally get into rural America, and now we're dedicating ourselves to this. But first of all, in my closing comments, I want to just thank each of you. You have brought great wisdom to us.